Hold on a second. Okay, so 3 carbon cut. Wow. So wait, you did. Whoa. This is your deck?
Yeah, it's pretty much what I played.
What the heck? Did you like probe my brain or something a little bit? That's fishy,
Yeah.
man. The Forbidden Lance, that's fishy there, dude. I don't know.
I
Oh,
saw
that's
you with
funny.
the
What's up, guys? Number Hunter Kamell, owner of the Platinum Blue Eyes White Dragon, and I am joined here by another owner of the Platinum Blue Eyes White Dragon. Say what's up to Scapegoat Yu-Gi-Oh. What's up, man? Glad to have you.
How's it going? Pretty good.
And this is a truly monumental moment for the Duel Links community. It really is. Nothing like this has ever been done before. 2 winners of the first community event in the same place. And we're both content creators. Like, that is insane, right? Wow, what a
Pretty
coincidence.
bizarre, yeah.
So that I'm actually so happy that that happened. So why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, And yeah.
Yeah, I'm ScapegoatYGO. My name's Ray. I'm a social worker, and I just play Yu-Gi-Oh for fun. Started Duel Links pretty recently after a while, and I play the regular game as well. So.
Right. So how now you gotta let us know how you liking Duel Links versus the TCG, right? You're all around kind of Yu-Gi-Oh guy. So how are you feeling on Duel Links?
It's more simplified and user friendly than the regular Yu-Gi-Oh. It's a lot less combo oriented. So I do like that. It's more simplified and it's pretty easy to understand comparatively to you go on to the regular game. You're doing like a 20-minute combo and nobody's having fun. So.
All right, pretty safe answer. All right, not stepping on any toes. Good. So you guys can see I've got his channel up there. Go take a look at it. You do pretty frequent uploads. That's good for Duel Links, man. You're gonna need that for sure. Also, you got a lot of pretty diverse content here.
I just started
walks Yu-Gi-Oh.
into Duel Links when I came back. So.
Well, Duel Links is really hot right now, so you could not have picked a better time, and what a better way to re-enter into the Duel Links community. So something else I wanted to ask you, and where I first saw you was on Twitter. The viewers know me. I'm always doing everything I can to get that Twitter clout, always posting all the time, and it just doesn't always work out. But you are extremely popular, and that is your Twitter. 3,000 followers. That is absolutely nuts. At ScapegoatYGO. Oh man. And then you get your pinned tweet from the Konami event. So I gotta know, what's the secret to popping off on Duel Links Twitter or Yu-Gi-Oh Twitter?
Pretty much the same as any social media, I would assume, right? Like just a lot of connections, social interactions. Like I just recently got in touch with Little Kribo from the Abridged series, the creator of that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we kind of hit it off. So he likes to retweet a lot of my stuff. So pretty friendly guy. And then a lot of other friends who are kind of big. A lot of other people follow me. So they tend to retweet stuff. People just follow me.
Yeah, that's really great. I gotta get talking to people now that I have some leverage. Gotta start talking to some more people. But yeah, there you go. There's his Twitter at. Oh, one more thing before we start talking about the event. Duel Links is a kind of way where it's kind of hard for people who start playing Duel Links after they already start playing to explain it to them. But I feel like Duel Links is a game that supports multiple ways of playing, right? You can choose to just play your fun decks, play your competitive stuff, and it's made to support multiple types of players. So where do you say your desired level of play is for Duel Links?
So for the regular TCG where I came from originally, I was pretty much like a semi-competitive player. I'd play meta whenever I felt like it. So when I transferred into Duel Links, I felt like every deck kind of just felt like that level, so I might as well just play a regular tiered deck. So for the event, I played Noble Knights, but I tend to play any deck that kind of beats the others. Water Exceed, Noble Knight, all that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of those decks are pretty exciting. These decks are really starting to ramp up, and we're starting to see some really consistent and competent strategies. Definitely exciting. So now let's get into what everyone wants to know about, right? The event, the virtual Seto Kaiba challenge. Some things, I mentioned it before. Konami's first community Duel Links event, at least for the Americas anyway. I think that it went way better than a lot of their other events. But for you, what was your outlook on the event before it happened? Like, what were you thinking about going in? Were you like even thinking like seriously like, oh man, I'm going in, let's win this?
So I watch a lot of the TCG coverage for regular Yu-Gi-Oh! So considering from that, it's just not that great. So I wasn't expecting to do much, but on a scale of like 1 to 10, I think they ran at like an 8.5. It was pretty good. The producers were pretty nice about it too. So everything about it was really cool, except for I think the one issue I had was how they picked people. I think they could have probably did that preemptively, kind of had that all scheduled out instead of everybody spamming chat !Duel to get in. Nobody really knew what to do at first. So
definitely, I think that is something that they could have done, a little bit differently. But for me, I personally chalked it up to, hopefully that this time it was just trial and error. Hopefully they're just trying this and they learn from it. Hopefully they make a better system in the future. The way I saw it was like them doing a Twitch giveaway. That's what it literally was. They were just like, may as well typed !giveaway or told people the giveaway phrase, and that was it. So I personally would have liked to see a little more integration with Duel Links. Like you said, it wasn't announced to people who in the game at all. It was only talked about on Twitter and on the Konami website.
I think in game it would have been great in game too. We would have reached a lot more people too.
Yeah, especially even if they just wanted to alert people from the region, of North America. But well said. I can definitely agree on that. That's a fair criticism. Hopefully, they remedy that. So I want to ask you for the giveaway process. How did that go for you? Like, were you like one of the first people to get in, or like were you like sweating after each duel trying to type it to get in?
I think I was the second or third picked or something like that. But they ended up skipping over me. Like, they didn't send me the message right away. So right around like the last few duels, they're like, "Oh, sorry about that. We can put you in now." I'm like, "All right, that's cool." And they're like, "You might not be able to play though." So then I was sweating.
Oh my gosh, I would be so worried. That would just destroy me. I'm sure you saw me. My reaction, I was like, what do you mean? I totally missed it because I was on my way home. But that was pretty scary, not gonna lie. Having something go to Twitch DMs, which is something that you never use, even as a streamer. I've pretty much never ever used Twitch DMs, so it was kind of weird. But I'm glad that it worked out for the both of us. I missed my message by 4 minutes. How long did you miss yours by?
I saw it immediately because I kept asking in chat, and the moderator saw me.
Oh my gosh, I was sweating, dude. I missed mine by just 4 minutes. So first, let's us talk about your deck for day one, right? What were you? Oh, your game plan for day one, because obviously the influencers, we didn't know what they were doing, but you already saw ProZD playing for a while by the time you went up against him. So you can see here he is playing Desperados. So what were you thinking about day one?
So yeah, I figured after seeing even the first player Slushy, I think was playing Thunder Dragon or something, right? So I figured they're all just gonna play some sort of meta. So I just figured I'd play something fairly competitive. Double Lights being the top tier at the time, I guess. But they're one of the decks that are better ran against the tiebreakers. So you gain the life points, you can finish quickly, and all that jazz. So I thought it was a good pick, and I'm pretty confident in running the deck. So.
Okay, so this is the deck that you used on day one, and that is here, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hold on a second. Okay, so 3 Carbo Cut, Wow. So wait, you did? Whoa. This is your deck?
Yeah, it's pretty much what I played.
What the heck? Did you like probe my brain or something a little bit? That's fishy, man. The Forbidden Lands, that's fishy there, dude. I don't know.
I saw
that's
you with
funny.
the Trunades, so I definitely put those in because of you.
Oh, that is funny.
It's pretty much what I thought. Those were Book of Moons before for the KC Cup and everything else, but
yeah. So you went in on with Noble Knights because your guy was playing Desperado. Now I feel like I had it the easiest, man. I was like, oh, that's it. Me and PDS were talking. Me and Neg1 were like, oh, that's it. Black Wings, easy peasy. I felt like that guy's deck was built not very good, personally, but yeah. I feel like you had I think Pro ZD was like he was the best there, or he was playing the best, had the best deck. I felt like
that deck pretty much it's very beginner friendly too. I would think you get a lot of chances off the negates and stuff, but unfortunately, I think he ended up using head judging incorrectly, which kind of costed him there.
Yeah,
but benefited me. So.
So let us go into your duels versus him. I just gotta speed them up a little bit here. Boom. And they should be on the screen.
I think he was also reading Sacred King like 20 times trying to see why he couldn't be destroyed, but it's obviously because of Destiny. But
I thought that was one of the funniest things. The influencers reading cards. Did you see the one where Crip was like he was going up to the crew quarantine? He was like, "What the kid's supposed to summon?" And that's a special summon. He was like, "Oh man, he was messed up." So of course you're using balance here, and this duel is gonna be pretty long, so we won't. It's not a replay, so we won't watch all the way. But how did this go for you here against them?
Pretty optimally, I feel like both times I played against him, I opened pretty good. I don't really have any complaints during that duel. Yeah,
going first definitely with Noble Knights is pretty nice to start off. It does seem like there was a lot of thinking involved because turn 2 lasts like a while in this VOD.
Yeah, he takes some time to think, and then something else happens, and then he forgets that it's his turn. That's pretty much why it takes a while. Okay, so now I want to ask you for day 2, right? Did you read the full rules on the website beforehand? For the tiebreakers and all
that
stuff?
For the tiebreakers.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's why I like Caliburn. You did something interesting though. You played more Caliburn than the normal person. So
yeah, so me like PDS, we did a video, so we were like read the whole tiebreakers. So before we even knew we were going to like enter, we were like thinking like, how are you gonna win? Like, do you play Dark Lords? Like, do you play Arrow Mage? So after I won, BDS instantly messaged me. He was like, boom, we got to play Caliburn, Noble Knights. 3 Caliburn, gain 1,500 every turn. Boom, you're going to win. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, that was the plan for a while, but up until that, like, we were like, oh, let's play Gokis. Oh, let's play Card of the Soul, Desperado. That was bad, man. It was, oh gosh. We were 20 minutes before, and the guy was messaging me. He was like, hello, can you, like, are you ready to get on the table? And I was like, yeah, just making a last minute change to my deck. I'm like trying to see if this is going to work out, like loading test hands of Card of the Soul, Desperado. But I do believe the safe bet was like a meta deck would work, but with minimal changes to make sure you win the tiebreakers. So that's why I ended up picking the Caliburn, and it ended up working out pretty good, to be honest. Were you always set on Noble Knights for day 2?
Yeah, I figured I might as well just play it, especially because I think it's one of the better decks that can consistently win quick and then also gain life points. So that's what I was prioritizing because of the tiebreakers. Obviously, that's why we got the top picks. So
yeah, I think that was like a huge difference. Of course, you know, if you're gonna win an event, you got to look at everything you have at your disposal, and the tiebreaker there was huge. I feel like people who didn't take advantage of it or were not aware of it, that was a huge thing. The tiebreakers, all you had to do, gain life points as you win. A lot of people didn't even play decks to do that. So Yeah,
I think they're more focal on just plain old winning. Except for that one player that kept passing like 20 turns.
Oh, he was trolling, dude. He was trolling so hard. He was BMing. I'm so glad he lost. Oh man, I cannot believe he was trolling.
Billy was like visibly upset. You could see.
Yeah, that was. I can only imagine that was pretty awkward. So, did you use this deck again for day 2?
Yeah,
same deck.
Pretty much the same. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I looked at your deck and I could see changes that I would definitely make. I don't have the 2 angels on my shoulder telling me what to do, but I definitely think Caliburn would have been a better choice to increase that. And like App Dieter doesn't really do too much if you're getting Karma Cut anyway, so that seems like a thing I could cut for that.
Yeah, I just want like the main thing against Blue Eyes, and something about this event that I didn't talk about before, and I think that was really cool, was I feel like this was a way to like put on display like what people do to beat a meta deck. Like people like went I would say the 9 people, everyone in their own way was thinking, how am I going to cheese this guy? How am I going to beat Blue Eyes? Let's look at Blue Eyes. Let's stop them in every point of their strategy from what they're doing. And I think that's something that a lot of general or new players, like, they have to look at doing that way. And I think like that was something that the challenge did well. Just something I did. I had to add more proactive ways to deal with back row, because going second against Blue Eyes is all too common, and then I need ways to deal with back row after the first turn. So that's why you saw that Forbidden Lance that saved me in game 3 come in so clutch, as well as the Dust Tornado, pretty unorthodox, but that was a tech from a Worlds finalist. Let me in on that secret. I didn't play it, ended up playing it, but it was good in testing.
Yeah, so I think if you're like copying decks, you're like always going to be behind, right? So I think like what you're saying, adapting to what you're going to play against is really what's going to bring you ahead. So having the people help you in that scenario, and then my own input, and also looking at you, essentially you're being my pseudo angel, put cards in my deck, being able to help with the strategy. So I know a lot of people, they were just concentrating on winning, I feel like. So they were playing Desperado, Quarantine, passing. So
that was... No, for sure. That was a thought going through my head, right? How much do I think I need to focus on the tiebreakers? And I ended up being right? I figured a lot of people were going to beat him, and it was going to come down to tiebreakers, which it ended up happening. There's more ways for you to beat a Blue Eyes deck than you to beat a Blue Eyes deck and stay ahead. So I was just focusing on doing that, because if I'm gonna try to beat him, I have to beat him anyway. So let's just try to go big or go home. Mm-hmm. So that was my thought process there. All right, so we are gonna head over to these day 2 replays against virtual Seto Kaiba. So when did you face him on day 2?
The very last person.
Oh, okay, that's right. Man, I was sweating so much because I asked the guy what the format was. I asked him if we could side deck, and he was like, "Oh no, there's no side deck. And by the way, you're going first." And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" Oh man, I was so scared, because a big thing that I was wondering was, what are they going to put in his deck, right? Are they just going to straight up copy like a deck that they found somewhere on KC Cup Stage 1, or like the most played deck or something, or are they going to like spice it up? We were thinking as well, like, oh, they may give him unreleased cards or new cards. We didn't know, like, we were even speculating that they were going to do a raid duel or something. Like, we did not know what to account for.
That's interesting. Yeah, that'd be pretty weird if they did that. I was expecting, like, I don't know, anime cards, or how you do the extra card with those little gem things you get, Raigeki, Mirror Force, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Just give him like super powerful cards to like make him powerful, like they're playing him up to beat. But it was just cookie cutter Blue Eyes. So
yeah, and I'm glad that it was. I'm glad Spirit Karibo was something I was playing around a lot. Mm-hmm. You'll see that if you watch my replays. But let's get into yours. Mm-hmm. Yours here. Ultimate Dragons, I pretty much figured that, and he beat a lot of people. Ultimate Dragons, man. The people he did beat, Ultimate Dragons came in huge. They did not play around the skill whatsoever.
It's funny that you mentioned the Spirit Karibo too, because you playing first, obviously you're gonna have to watch out for that. But I had a chance to watch literally every single duel, and me not seeing it, I didn't really have to play around it. So
yeah, after I believe my game where I attacked in the Merlins for a game, I was like, okay, he does not play this. There's no way. Yeah, so you end up going first here. Oh no, he goes first here with 2 back row. That's pretty rough.
Yeah, and then I give him the Kamell special.
Hey, True Nade. And this is a big contention at the moment, man. True Nade in Noble Knights. And I feel like we put every thing to abuse Blue Eyes on display. Everyone did in this event. We didn't hold anything back. They brought out the quarantine, the main deck light imprisoning, the True Nades, everything. Like, we hit him with the kitchen sink. And
basically, yeah. So right here, I'm just doing the standard, Noble Knight OTK. If you open like 2 swords or a Medrot, you can pretty much just do the OTK with Gwen, Caliburn, and Galadin.
Yep.
If you open just 1 sword, you have 66% chance of pulling it off if you pick Gwen, Caliburn, and Galadin. But that's what I ended up doing. I didn't have the 2nd sword, so I just risked it, and then I ended up getting it.
Yeah, I ended up risking that on game 3, and I got it as well. I was very lucky. I was, and I didn't know I was risking it until it was too late. Until I was like, oh my god, wait a second, I didn't reveal 2 traps, and then, but he picked the one that led to my victory. So I was very, very fortunate in that. So that was an easy game 1 for you. I started down a game, and I was very afraid because I was worried about how they were going to calculate the tiebreakers. I thought losing game 1 was really going to affect me.
Yeah, I thought the losses would accumulate too, but I guess they just counted wins, right?
Yeah, they counted the average of between your wins. So that was the determining factor. So let's head into game 2 here.
So another thing, I took these games very personally because they knocked out little Kaiba, who is also
he was playing Photon, man.
Twitter, so. I was proud of him. He was playing it optimally. So.
Yes, I will say, little Kaiba, you played Photon optimally. If you get the number Hunter Kamell seal of approval, good job. Now, game 2, you are going 2nd again. That must be frightening. I don't know about that.
Only if you don't open a trade, which this game I don't. So
yeah, that I did not open it on my 2nd game either. So into 2 Blue Eyes of Merlin, though. You do not. Okay, I do believe I was watching this, and that alone in itself is huge. Not getting disrupted right away.
Yeah, so you figure you do want to hit the Merlin so you don't get the banish for the following turn. Hitting a Merlin right there just ends the turn anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, he just lets that... Oh, okay.
He wants the advantage off of all that anyway, so he gets 3 cards instead of just the 1.
Yeah, he did.
Reasoning behind it.
Yeah, that's weird though, man. It's like I'm not playing around with you. I'm getting that thing out of here. I'm not even letting you play the equip spell. Now it's in the grave. You may be able to use it later, but 3 dragons.
For the king, or if I make the 4 or the 5. So yeah, the Merlin Karma Cut, it would have just ended right there. You have the 2 blue eyes and the 1 white. That's really it. And I have 1 Karma Cut active. So
yeah, but this is another thing. I'm glad that everyone really went above and beyond. So you get quick clapped by virtual Seto Kaiba, as I did 1 game as well. Yeah,
these duels are good too because they were each ended in turn 2 and 3, so that's really good for the tiebreakers and obviously the life points too.
Yeah, the next tiebreaker was turns, and on my wins, I OTK'd him twice. So I was like, boom, that's another strong tiebreaker if it comes down to it.
I think we both ended up doing that too. So
that is true. All right. So let us get into game 3 here.
I think the Noble Knight OTK is my favorite OTK.
It's a pretty safe one, Only thing stopping it is hand traps, really, if they do not have back row. And it's just, I feel like it's pretty simple. You know the cards you have to get: the Gallatin, the Caliburn, your Gwennifer. Although it's satisfying to pull it off when you mitigate your resources correctly. And I think, again, something that was pulled off very successfully by several people, us specifically, for people to know, this is what you got to do to be Blue Eyes in this situation. This is how you play optimally. So It's always good to know that that's out there for people to see.
So here I put Gallatin Engrave. I know that was like a strange choice, but I wanted the attack of the Sacred King to be higher. I could have just went with Caliburn for the life point thing, same as you. I think I would have been around the same as you, probably second place. But I just wanted to prioritize the attack over that because I already knew I had the life point advantage in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to get the life point advantage in the following turn anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, I think as long as you activate it twice, you're good. You don't need to, activate it, go out of your way to activate it again if you don't already open it. So then you played that well.
Mm-hmm.
So turn 2 here.
I know a popular thing is to put him in defense mode for these type of things, but
yeah. So something that we called out here was that 3200, you put him in attack, he's over Blue Eyes. That is great,
mm-hmm.
and when Blue Eyes do not have back row, that is the main thing that you have to get over. You're protected from destruction from Destiny. He's not getting rid of you with alternative, so you're bigger than him. End of story.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty.
And
nice.
Luckily, I do have the back row for protection as well too.
Nice. Now, that's something I didn't see any of my karma cuts, any of my discard traps. I was upset. I did not see any disruption whatsoever besides Hey True Nade and the things I needed to save my ass. It was very stressful not being able to disrupt this guy. And he was popping off. Game 1, oh man, he was getting cards of consonants, Melody, Awakening Dragon, everything.
Yeah, whoever is piloting Kaiba, they must be hacking the code, right? Because they have everything they need pretty much.
Yeah, they did have some pretty nutty hands. But it looks like you have the board to withstand this.
So I realized I think I should be hitting stone here. I think that's a better hit, all in all, because of the following turn I could hit alternative and be fine. But if I didn't end up OTKing him, he would get the stone after I pop it. Another thing here is when I draw, I know he probably should Karma Cut here, but I still do have the Trap Engrave, so I could always just chain the trap, and I would still have a monster like Bedrot, and just be able to do the combo over again. So, yeah, it's the Karma Cut, but if he had changed it on my draw phase, I would still get the monster on board with the trap, or I just normal summon Boars, and it's gonna fall on the Boars anyway, which they all do end up. He Karma Cuts the King, and then Gallatin will go back onto Boars, which ends up being helpful for me, right? I can OTK my opponent now with Dristan and Boars.
Yeah, you play the matchup very well. I will say this guy was no slacker. He did hit me with a draw phase Karma Cut, so I will say, played pretty well against Noble Knights. I would say, knew the Noble Knights matchup pretty well. So there it is. Karma Cut, your guys float, and you are good.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a good reason to get Gallatin there, but I think also with Caliburn it still would have been lethal with Tristan and that as well. So it could be a small overlook on me, but I did want the attack boost for the non-destruction of this king for his Blue Eyes.
Well, hey man, it is not a misplay if you win.
That is true.
In the Duel Links community, you know what we say that? You know what we say there? We take those.
We take those.
We take those. That's what it is. We take those. All right. So there's the games. There's the deck. So I got to ask you about the event structure, right? Sure. This was a 2-day event. I didn't feel like it was too demanding of my time. I did what I had to do. I got out of there. And yeah, so what did you think about it overall? It being 2 days, all the giveaway first, then the kind of, you can talk about the tiebreakers, stuff like that, breaking down the prize.
Yeah, realistically, you're there for maybe an hour each day, possibly. Mm-hmm. But if you really wanted to get real good insight on everything, see what everybody's playing, and see kind of different strategies you could probably take into day 2, you can do that. Obviously, I watched them all, and I assume you as a content creator, you also watched them all.
Yeah.
To see what everybody's doing.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. Watching the people before me who dueled the same content creator as me helped a lot. Learning the deck of the guy who I had to go up against. Oh man, are you kidding me? That was so free. That was ridiculous. That was part of the reason why I wanted to go later on against Blue Eyes, but I think we did a pretty good job going first. So
I do.
Mhm.
I liked that I got to play against Pros D though. He is one of my favorite like non Yu-Gi-Oh influencers, but I do think they really could have got regular Yu-Gi-Oh or even Duel Links influencers instead. That's one
Yeah,
thing I wish they could change.
yeah, and I think my stance on that. Everyone knows I feel very strongly about that, but I've said it once, I've said it again. I want them to get there, and I want them to work their way up. As long as I see they're trying, I want them to do better. They got Duel Links content creators together for the third anniversary. It wasn't a community event though; it was just for them. So this one, I guess they wanted to be safe. It was a community event. Let's get popular influencers instead, since it's a community event. Next Konami, let's push the envelope. Community event, community influencers. Let's get us in there.
I do have a conspiracy theory. Since we have 3 winners for this event, we could potentially be the 3 people that return for the challengers. So,
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Clip it and ship it. Send it to Konami HQ. That's it right there. Fantastic idea. I would come back, put me in front of a camera, I'll dance, I'll do anime voice lines, whatever you want me to do. You can make a VTuber of me. I will do it.
even if it's not for Kaiba, for Yugi, I think a lot of people would show up for Yugi too.
Oh
So.
yes. Now, just really quickly, something I said. Even if they don't want to immediately make innovations, I think that something like this is an event that it went well. I don't think people would mind having a copy of this event again over nothing. I think this is something easily repeatable. They've got a warehouse full of prizes they could give us. I'm sure everyone would appreciate getting a game mat, a coin, a mask. Dude, you could give people masks, man. You can just give people masks, they'll take it. They will take it. It is so funny that I that is the most positive thing that I think that's come from this. That seeing that overall, I think that this is the first event that people have really been like, this was a real step forward for them interacting with the community. And I have to agree.
Yeah, I think the only issue that a lot of people had an issue with was the fact of how they picked people. But
Yeah,
you have to think it's a contest, so
yeah.
obviously that's going to happen.
It's
But
essentially
everything else, I think it was fine. So.
yeah, it was essentially a giveaway. So I had a couple more questions, but I think you answered them. So just for the audience, how would you describe Konami's first attempt at an online community event?
Like I said earlier, I wasn't really expecting too much, but I 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. I think they did a really good job.
Hmm.
Possibly do a little more with the voice actor, give him a little more action. He kind of spoke like every 10
Every
minutes.
5 minutes, yeah. We joked about it a lot in our other video, man. If you want to laugh, go there. We laughed about it a lot, but yeah, I am gonna. You gave him a number, so I'll give him a number two. I'm gonna give Konami a 7.5 for this event. I think you guys they did a really good job, but I'm always gonna, hold them to a higher standard. I think you guys really got to get Duel Links people in there. This is the perfect time to be, talking to Yu-Gi-Oh people. Duel Links is up and off right now. I think it is the most immersive Yu-Gi-Oh experience, especially during the pandemic. So great time to capitalize on it.
Always room for improvement. It's not negative criticism, so it's always good.
Right. And what are your hopes for future Duel Links community events?
Obviously, I do want to have more of them, and obviously, I do want to participate in them too. But I do like them, and I hope they do more. Even I think you guys mentioned for KC Cups around that time to do some more, and I think that's a pretty good idea. It's a fair amount of time to wait in between them. So
Yes, I think the framework for this event was perfect. I think that it can only get better. I don't think that there's anything that they should change. Near say that I think they already did correctly. All they need to do announce it in game. Maybe down the line revise the way of choosing people to do it, and get some Duel Links people in there. Other than that, I'd like to see events like this, even identical to the Virtual Seto Kaiba Challenge, regularly, and more, in-depth events later. I think they did a really good job. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Oh, they have like a format already set, so I figure down the line they could always do it. They have
Yeah.
the assets to reuse, so.
Yeah, totally. I think maybe they won't have Eric Stewart every time, but maybe they could do something similar like that. I'm sure Billy Brake will show up whenever. But
Yeah, they could just voice clip Kaiba anyway, so.
mhm. Oh yeah, of course. Oh, Waveform. I'm not sure how much you looked into them, but I'm not sure what their relationship is with Konami. I don't want to misspeak on it, but they were the people who we were in contact with.
Jonathan, right?
Yeah, Jonathan. So thank you to him, Jonathan from Waveform, and everyone over there. This event was very successful, and I would like to think that you all played a very big part in that. So thank you, and we hope you guys do more Duel Links events in the future. And if you are watching this, please send this to your Konami representative that you're talking to. I think all of our criticisms were respectful and constructive, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he's a very nice guy too. He actually followed me on Twitter as well. I don't know.
Very nice. Follow me on Twitter as well, and he talks he responds very frequently. So very glad that they have people willing to talk to the contest winners at any time they answer their questions. So thank you once again to him and the Waveform team. So is there anything you wanted to talk about specifically about the event, like anything that was coming out at you?
I thought it was very big and very impacting that we had like a virtual VTuber event. I think that was actually pretty cool and unexpected. I know the trailers came out where Kaiba's like, "I'm coming," and everybody's like, "What's going on?"
It was super mysterious. It was super mysterious. I was like, "Oh, we're just gonna stream Casing Cup." Oh, yeah. Okay.
But the end result was really cool. I liked everything about it. Even having Billy Brake, I guess you could say that they in some way had some Yu-Gi-Oh representative there, but I would like to still see more on the influencers part with Yu-Gi-Oh themed influencers as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me, I loved it, and I think the prizes were very good. There was stuff for very hardcore Yu-Gi-Oh fans. So
I've never seen that playmat before, so I don't know if that's like just exclusive.
Oh man, I'm keeping that. That's gonna be in all the YouTube videos. You guys are gonna get sick of seeing stuff like that.
This is gonna be a scapegoat away, put the briefcase over there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make use of everything. Oh gosh, the people are gonna get sick of it. I'm telling you.
I'm hoping we'll get the art piece too, the painting.
Yes, I don't know if you saw, but I've been to the art show where they got that, and I couldn't afford it. So I hope that we get it. I know it said people who Duel the influencers get it, but I hope we get it too.
Yeah, it said what retailed at like $350 or something.
Yeah, $325. It's a pretty penny. It's a pretty penny.
Yeah.
But anyone you want to shout out, tell people where they can find you, primarily anything up and coming about yourself?
My name is ScapegoatYGO. I'm pretty much on Twitter mostly, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, everything else. I have a Discord channel. It's not very active, but every time I stream, we're getting a few people in there. So that's about it. And then Little Karibo, thank you. I'm happy that I, did the work for him. I respected him and got him in spirit into the.
You did something for him? What'd you do? What'd you do for him?
What?
You said you did something for him?
Oh, I got him in spirit into the top, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. No, it's okay. It's okay. That's funny. But yeah, anything else? Conclusions about the event? I always like squeezing anything out of people, so they don't regret not saying something.
Yeah. I'm just ecstatic that I got to participate, and it was a very awesome thing. And I'm happy you also got to be a part of that. And I like how we ended with Noble Knights, also started with Noble Knights, and it's just me and you, and we're here now. So pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great, and I'm psyched once again. Some Duel Links people won this event, and there's a lot of people here to talk about it. So I hope that it really catches people's eyes, so we could have something like this happen again. And we'll definitely be reaching out to you again, Scapegoat, to do more stuff. And check out all of Scapegoat's socials and links. I'll put them right in the description for you. They'll be the first links. So peace out, guys. It's been DLE, Kamell, and Scapegoat. I'll see you later.
Thank you.